Hi, Jax. This is Allison Pittman, one of the counselors here at West Jordan High School. I just wanted to go over quickly with you how to do your online course requests for next school year. And so I wanted to try to get this started and going as soon as we possibly can. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our school's website. For current 10th and 11th graders, that's going to be westjordanhigh.org. If you are a current 9th grader, you would be going to your middle school's website. So whichever website you're going to be on for your school, you're going to come down here and click on Skyward. And this will be the screen that you'll come to. You'll put in your login and password and click sign in. Because I'm going to be using a fake account, I'm coming over here to sign in with this particular student who is called Cat Jaguar. Kat is a new student. She's currently a 10th grader, and she's come to us from another school district. When Kat logs in and sees her Skyward, there are a couple of things over here on the side. The one thing that we did want to point out to you are the graduation requirements tab. In this tab, it will show you all of the classes that you are required to take, like the number of credits, how many you've completed, what you're currently still working on but haven't gotten a grade in yet, and then what might be scheduled in the future. If something is in progress, it means that there are things that are going to be taken at a later time. The red numbers right here remaining means that these are the credits that you still need to get towards graduation that are not part of the in progress. So if you do end up failing a class, let's say during a quarter, and you notice that this red number goes up a little bit, that's why, because the in progress category just assumes that you're going to pass everything. All right. So then over here, once we've looked at our grad recs and we kind of see what we might still need in order to graduate, we also want to look at our registration card that lists all of the classes that are available for you in the grade level that you're going to be in for next year so that you can make informed decisions about what to sign up for, in addition to talking to your teachers about what they might recommend for you. So over here on the side, when we're ready to actually get started on our course requests, we're going to click schedule. And when it's that time to actually do your requests, you'll see up here at the top, it'll have a link for you and saying that course requests are open. For this one, it says to view the request for this particular school year coming up at West Jordan High School. So you click on that. And you'll notice Kat has already started adding some classes that she's interested in taking for next year. She's going to be a junior, so she knows she needs to take Language Arts 11 and US History. She's behind on some of her other stuff that she maybe would have taken her 10th grade year, but had other things that were happening. So she signed up for health and fit for life and business office specialists, as well as biology. Kat still needs 8 total credits of courses that she's requesting for next school year. All students are required to have 8 credits that they're requesting. Regardless of whether or not you plan on being a part of the JATC or doing work experience or whatever it might be that's an exception to that, we will help you with that at a later point. For right now, just for these online course requests, we do want you to select 8 credits worth classes. So let's say that I would like to be in another particular class that I think might actually benefit me pretty well, right? Which would be math. So all of us need to take math, and math is important for us to function in our everyday life. And so we also know that we might need math in order to graduate. Kat's a little behind, and she is needing to take secondary math too. So what we're going to do is we're going to look that up. The best way to do that is to look on your registration card. You'll notice that to the left of the description of the class, like the title of the class, it has a code. That is the easiest way to get the correct class in your schedule, is to use that code. So if I know that I need to take secondary math 2, I'm going to put in 53100 and then click search. It comes up with the exact class that I know I'm going to need. So then I select it and I add the course. All right. So I've got that in there. You can also do a general search let me give you an example here. Like, let's say I want to look up US history. I know I already have it in my course requests. This is a good example. I look up US history, but it only brings up these two, AP US history, US history ELD. Neither one of these seem to fit what it is that Kat is needing, but she knows that she has to take a US history class. Well, you'll notice that over here, it's actually written out. It's United States history instead of just US. So it's not going to show up when we do that. That's why we want you to actually look at the course code. So if I was going to do that, I would go over to the social studies part on my registration card, and I would put in that code so that it would pull it up immediately. So I put in the United States history, and there it is. And you can click it and add, right? The code is really what you would want to use the most. I know it's not as easy, but it will help you make sure that you're getting the correct classes. All right, let's say you've added some of these in and you're like, wait a minute, I don't think I want to take Fit for Life. I think I want to maybe do that next year. If you decide there's a class on here you don't want, you highlight it on this side on the right, and then you click Remove Course. And it will take it off of your schedule. Okay. So let's say that you've got your 8 credits total, and now you need to put in your alternates. Alternates are classes that we would put in place of a class that was one of your first choices from that first screen that we were on. So let's say they run Arena and some of your classes don't fit in. We would like to know some classes that you would be interested in taking if the first one is not available. So you'll see that Kat has added in some of these alternate courses, right? So she hasn't taken driver's ed yet, so she wanted to do that. So she signed up for that. If you are a 9th grader coming into 10th grade wanting to do driver's ed, please make sure that you sign up for the driver's ed that corresponds or goes with when you turn 16. So on your card, it will tell you the ranges of when you should sign up. So for example, my birthday is March 10th. And when I look on the course card, like if I was 15 and I wasn't going to be 16 until March 10th of 2026, I would know that I would have to put in the code for that time frame. So it would be 02113, and then I would add it. Okay. So you add them just like you would over here. So let's say that I was like, oh, wait a minute, I do want Fitness for Life as one of my alternates. So I decided to pull that up, click it, I add. Oh, and it's telling me I can only have a maximum of 3. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really care as much about yoga. I can take that anytime. I'm excited for that, but I'll just remove it for now. Okay. And then I'm going to go in and try to find Fit for Life again. So this one I can put in and find the exact one, but again, code is best. Then I click it, I add course. You'll notice that the ones that you originally did on the previous screen for the requests down here marked with an R, all of your alternates are numbered. And they're numbered in the order of which they'll be considered, meaning let's say health isn't able to be scheduled in, then it will come up here and say, oh, I would like driver's ed in its place if they can't get into health. But let's say I look at this and I was like, actually, I feel like financial literacy is more important for me to take. So I'm going to move that up to my first choice and then do driver's ed. Then I'm like, and honestly, Fit for Life is more important for me too. So I'm going to move this driver's ed down and then know that I have that in the correct order. Once you're done with this, you can print it in a couple of places. The first one is just your requests. You can obviously click on the printer. You can save it as a PDF or print it out. You could also do that on this one, which would include your requests as well as your alternate courses, clicking on the same thing. Just remember that if you go in and update any of this stuff after you've printed it off or saved it as a PDF, it won't be accurate anymore, so you might want to print it again. But you don't have to do anything else. You can just X out of this. It will save it for you, and you can always come back to this later and make changes as long as it's within course request window. That's pretty much it. y'all. You add in all of your stuff. You want to make sure it goes to 8. And then what we do is we use those numbers and of what you're requesting and what you want to build our master schedule. Once that's built, our registrar enters it into the system. And then once everything's ready, they run Arena, meaning the system runs it and it places all of your classes in using that master schedule as a guide in as many places as possible. Counselors don't touch your schedule at this point at all. So if things are missing or something wasn't scheduled in, it was because the system couldn't find a way to fit it in with everything else that you were requesting. So that's where your alternates come in. And that's when you're also able to do arena scheduling. It'll open up for you to look at and then make some changes. If there are things that you're needing help with, as far as like changes or assistance, you can look on the Counseling Center website, and we will have links there for you to get to all of the information involving anything with online course requests and registration that you might need. There are also tutorials there. This video will be there, and you will have a chance to look those up. We also might be able to offer some help sessions at certain points. Those dates will be forthcoming or coming soon if we are able to get those into place. Again, if you have questions, you can always email your counselor. You can come by the counseling center to see if we're available. However, we do really want you to try and do as much of this on your own as possible. Look around, mess with it, try to do what you absolutely can, and please use those tutorials and things in place before coming to see us. However, we are definitely here to help you, and we're not wanting to not see you, but we do want you to be able to work on this stuff on your own. We're excited to see what your choices are, and if you need anything, you know where to find us. Thanks so much, y'all.